These are the fins I've tried with my 85 centimeter wide, 131 liter Isonic. The 70 centimeter select stiff is way too stiff. It just rolls it over. Great for slog, but the moment I get planing, no good. The 70 centimeter Drake soft is very good for slog, great pop to plane, and I can get a max speed of just over 25 miles per hour with it. It's overall a little bit more challenging. It's kind of silly novelty for this size. It's way too big, but it works. The 57 meter stiff, it kind of sticks a little bit. There's not enough lift. With larger fins, you want it to lift the board in light wind, and it doesn't do that. I'm just not a fan. The 49 centimeter cane fire, I like. It has good hold, good reduction to spin out, and great mid-range. There's just a lot of lift. So when you have not much wind at all, and it's in between, this just keeps you going really well. When I had this with my 9.4 Iris tuned for max power, so a lot of power up high. It has a little release, but just more power up high. The cambers go up higher. It only got a max speed of 25 miles per hour, and it seemed to roll the board forward a little bit, kind of. I mean, there's plenty of lift, but it just was off somehow. Same sail, same track, same mass base, everything. I swapped this fin off. I got 27 miles per hour. So this fin does not like sails that have power up too high. But the funny thing is, when I use the 8.6 NX tuned for max power, still power up high, but nowhere near as much, I got a speed of 29.9 miles per hour, almost 30 miles per hour. And again, great hold, great track. I used these on different days with 8.6 tuned to max power, but similar wind speed. And this is just so much better for comfort and hold. It was like, this is doable, but it's almost comical as how much more comfortable this is versus this. And the max speed is much better, and it's just a great light wind fin for slalom. The 48 centimeter is good. It has an electric feel, but the max speed I've ever gotten on this is 28.8 miles per hour. I've almost gotten 30, so I think this may be actually a faster fin than this, possibly, but the slog and the mid-range is much better. So this will probably be my new go-to for light wind. But I may use this on certain conditions. There might be certain situations where I like to use this. Not quite sure. The Volt, the 46 centimeter, I really like. There's not as much low end. I mean, it holds fine to get up to plane, but I had it up to about 15 miles per hour max power for my 8.6 NX, same thing, and I was only able to get 27 miles per hour, which I was able to get 1.8 miles per hour fast in this. And same with the Drake, I'm only able to get, in the same conditions, around the 44 centimeter, around 26.5 miles per hour. It's a big difference, like 26, 27 maybe, but this is clearly faster than this for the light wind. And unfortunately, I think it's the same thing. There's just not enough fin to hold it if there's not enough wind. But I got a little bit more wind, same max power. I got 31.9 miles per hour. And as the wind is getting a little higher, so I pulled cog downhill, which is neutral, and then used the lower boom clue position. I got 32.9 miles per hour. And my 250 meter was over 31 miles per hour. So really good fin, fast. The thing that makes note of this, regardless of the speed of it, is that it felt controllable. When I've used I've never had this up enough wind where, I'm sure I'll take it out soon, but I believe this will have less control of this because it's a softer fin, it's longer. But when I had the 44 centimeter Drake with my 7.1 NX, for windy days, it was a windy day that was 20 to 25 miles per hour. It was on nearly flat water, about as flat as I can get. It was like, whoosh, it was flipping up. It was out of control. And I remember thinking, I don't want to go any faster with this board. I need to get a smaller board. But I think it was the fin that was a problem. It's not very controllable. It's a lot of fun, good fun fin, but once I'm up to speed, it just doesn't behave. Where about 1.5, 1.4 miles an hour slower, this felt completely controllable with the bigger sail. And I think, I like the Volt. It's good for flat water conditions. Another connection between the cane fires for choppy conditions, low end power, and the Volts for speed and flat water conditions. And I think I agree with that completely. It's what it says on the website, so why it would be different, but I agree. The 44 centimeter Select, I got it for a great deal at a swap meet, but I feel like this has less lift than this. So I believe with my 8.6 tuned to max power on a windy day, maybe, I don't know, I think this will be better. Or with my 7.1, if I want to take my 7.1 on my 85 centimeter wide, it might give me a little less lift and a little bit more control if I just want to go on a day it's flat water, super gusty, high wind, where I still want the buoyancy of my 85 centimeter wide board. This may be good to go, but I think like a 44 centimeter Volt, I don't think I'd use these at all because of the control and the speed. So that may be something I'd go for. Maybe 43, probably not 42 as an option, but a tight grouping is fine. I don't have to go for as big of a range as this for that one board. These are fins I have not tried. This is, I really like this fin. It's the 40 centimeter Vector Volt, but I don't think I will use this one as it's going to be way too small for my 85 centimeter board, and the next size down, it's going to be way too big. Even some of the medium sized boards I'm considering, the larger medium boards, if I get two more boards, rather than just one smaller board, it's still, I think that's going to be a little too big for my weight. This is the Volt in G10. I think for G10 is great, but for me, I'd like to go carbon a little bit lower. I think next size down would be a 38, 37, something like that. I have a 38 freeride fin, and I may use that temporarily as I look for more fins. The 34 Volt and the 34 Cane Fire are great fins. These are really cool. When I'm mapping out the boards for my smaller board, I think they're going to be a little off. I think I'm going to go for a 60 to 63 centimeter wide board, maybe 64. And when I see what other riders are using, they're using like usually around a 32, 30, 33. So I think these are going to be a little too big, maybe. I think it's just going to be the wrong size. But again, I don't have the board yet, so not the best there. And this is the Tectonics. This is the 30 centimeter. This would probably be a really good fin. But again, I'm not sure on the actual board size. I could get a board where I have a 36 centimeter fin and I love it, and that's all I use, or I get lots of fins. But it has to be, the more research I'm doing, it has to be a tight grouping between your boards. So if I had a traditional nice spacing 3-board setup, maybe an 85 liter, maybe if I had an 85 centimeter wide board, let's say a 70 centimeter wide board, and a 62 centimeter wide board, or something like that. I don't want a full, even, smooth array of fins. I want tight groupings. So tight grouping here, tight grouping here, tight grouping there, or even maybe one fin per board. Some team riders that have unlimited budgets not unlimited, but they have a budget, usually go for like 1 to 3 fins per board. Some people only choose one fin for each board. So I think it's important for me to be aware of that. And as I move forward, I'm not really in the mood to buy 2 brand new 2021 boards and all new fins that perfectly match them. I think my interest level is high for slalom, but I don't want to get overwhelmed with budget. So I'm going to look for used, maybe damaged, maybe a few years old seasons new. That'd be kind of cool. But I think it's better for me to buy the gear that's right for me, and buy the fins that are for the conditions I'm in, and that they're the right size for the board, because the grouping is small for whatever your weight is, whatever your size is. It's really important. And I think the reason why is, here's a board, let's say the wind is coming from this direction. If you have too big of a fin, which I've confirmed, it just goes over. It's unusable. It's ridiculous. And if you have too small of a fin, if you have a small sail and a small fin, and the wind's going from this direction, your feet on the edge of the board, feet out to the edge, will just twist the board over, and it just doesn't work. It's not going to work at all. One solution is move your foot straps further in, but then you don't have enough torque to handle this big wide board. So you want your foot straps out to the edge for the most part. So I think it makes more logical sense. Again, I'm not sure if a lot of team riders switch their foot strap positions all the time, but if your sail's too small for your foot straps on the out position, go for next smaller board, and it covers another huge wind range there. So yeah, these are my thoughts. I am all geeked out about slalom windsurfing. I want to learn more. So if you have information or ideas, please share in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. My focus is budget friendly, but I'm really interested in this. So I have good sales, but I might get another sale. Might get some new gear or some demo gear. Not sure exactly. Keep budget in check, and yeah. But definitely, I don't want to buy gear that is not right for the gear I have. And definitely buy your board first before the fins, because it is really specific. And even if it's a good deal or it's convenient, you could have the wrong fin. It may work for you, but it may just be the wrong experience. And it's surprisingly common to hear when team riders, it's cool that a lot of team riders use the smallest sail for the big board. For the next size down, they also use that as their biggest sail. So sails are a little bit more universal. And I thought it was similar with fins. Not at all. Fins are very specific for the board, and I think it's best to stay with that and stay within that grouping for what you like. Also, if you get a more powerful fin, you can go a little smaller. If you go for a not as powerful fin, or maybe G10, you can go a little bit bigger. So it's all variable, but it's in the type grouping. That's important. Anyway, thanks. Like, subscribe, and share, and have a good day. Cool. Bye.